It's WG, bring you SNB, and today is the day that every one of us is getting a free Bella, no questions asked. So, step number 1, proceed into the New Moon event, claim your Bella for day 8, enjoy your Bella. If you already had a Bella before, make sure you upgrade her. If you didn't have her before, now you are one of the blessed ones. So, I wanted to take this opportunity with today being Bella Day to show you and tell you everything I have about Bella, on where to use her, where she's good at, what she even does, and anything else that might come to mind. So let's start off with Bella and briefly go through her kit as well as skill up priorities. So the most broken skill of them all is the talent, where every 2 seconds you heal your allied summons by 5% of Bella's max HP, or you could say it is a 2.5% max HP heal per second, permanent, unconditional. Then next up on the list you have the basic attack, where you just deal an instance of magic damage to the target. This is something that can be largely ignored unless you're looking for example, to get more blood power. You see how we go from 8.5 to 8.654. Then the most important carry skill in her kit is her special. When the battle begins, you summon 2 of these animated spirits and you can get up to 3. These animated puppets will have increasing stats based on increasing level of the skill, but for us on level 4 we have a 56% of Bella's attack as well as 56% of her defense and HP. Important to note here, these will be targeted in place of Bella, so if someone decides to target Bella, they are going to target the summons instead, so they also have a taunt. Lastly, you got Joy's Ballad, where you can summon a even bigger puppet. And this guy also does to a degree AoE damage, but the important part is he comes down with X amount of her attack and also right here in a circle inflicting stun. So this disables channels, interrupts them, and also look at this, and becoming the targets. Because after the stun they're then going to retarget onto Joyce the Miser. The important part with Joyce is it never goes higher than 80% of her base attributes, so you can use your valuable ultimate material upgrade resources on other heroes instead, and then you can later down the line upgrade it. We gotta talk about the artifact. Alright, we gotta talk about the artifact. Undoubtedly one of the strongest artifact combos in the game as of this moment. And this is even only with the talent being level 2. If you get this one level higher, the talent also gets better. When a summon dies or disappears, which can either happen after 20 seconds when they run out or they get killed, Bella restores 10% max HP, making her a perfect, even self-sustaining tank. And then also further down the line, you will be able to recover a blood soul when a summon appears. So you'll basically be starting off a fight with an extra blood soul. It's gonna take a while to get to level 5, but when we do, oh boy. Now for armor. Bella is your tank, so to a degree her armor isn't as important. But if you were to just look and try to make her as tanky as possible, you would start in the bottom right, then in the top right, then in the bottom left. And the reason for that is because here you get HP and magical defense, here it's HP, and here it's attack and physical defense, while on the helmet you only get like a less amount of HP but a lot of attack. Like you can see 2300 versus goddamn 8000. So if you want to make your Bella more tanky, more useful, upgrade these 3 pieces before you upgrade the helmet. Reason why my helmet is upgraded is because I can also use it on someone like an Octavia. So if you want to make her more tanky, start at the bottom, then go 1 up, 1 down, and then lastly you can work on the helmet. So that is the gearing situation with Bella. That's the skill situation with Bella. Now let's talk about a couple team combos, should we? Alright, it's time we take on Bella Synergy. So which units synergize well together with a Bella? Let's go from left to right. So starting off with Seth, the reason why Seth is here is because a healer that has AoE capabilities cannot just heal Bella, but also her summons. So in a perfect world, you can get up to 4 times the healing value by healing Bella as well as her 3 summons, or even in a more realistic world, twice the healing value because the 2 summons in front of your Bella are going to get healed by a healer. The same is true for Starry-Eyed Aeona. Starry-Eyed Aeona can shield Bella's summons. So she'll be able to place out a lot more shields on all these summons together. Now for the more, you could say complicated synergy, it's not that complicated. Noah. So Noah has the ability to summon shades behind him. He can either pull the souls out, or he can kill someone, or someone can die, and then he gets shades. They look like chess piece horses, right? And these chess piece horses, they have the ability to absorb 10% of his damage taken each, which means all these horses overall reduce Noah's damage taken by 50%. And then you introduce Bella, whose talent synergy says, or her talent says, heals allied summons. So Bella heals Noah's summons. Yeah. All right, next up, we've got Cecia. Cecia has a synergy with her normally, and that is through her talent, where now Bella's summons deal 15% more damage. True for both the passive as well as the ultimate summons. And then also on Cecia, it says in her ultimate, if there are more than 3 summons on the field, you basically make the ultimate around 40% more powerful, right? Overall, all things considered. And the way you trigger this is by having Bella summon 3 summons through her passive or through her special, and then through the ultimate summon number 4. So just Cecia and Bella together in a team can trigger each other's strength just like that. And then lastly, we have Piera. Piera can summon up to 3 what she calls Spirit Bone Towers, which are summons that can also shoot bounce attacks if there are enough summons on the field. And also, she has the ability to increase the attack speed of allied summons if she ults. So if you ult with your Piera, your Bella is going to attack faster with her summons. Overall, these synergies, let's rank them by strength. Best synergies with Cecia, then it's probably Noah, then Starry-Eyed Aeona and Seth, and then Piera last, because of the fact that it only lasts for 6 seconds upon Piera ulting rather than anybody ulting. So that is synergy. Let's talk about teams. Yeah, alright. Did this surprise any of you? I hope not. You can fit her into every single team. In pretty much every single team, you're going to be in need of a tank. Besides if you get into like a boss fight and you know you bring a fighter and that fighter can still survive. So every single team, right? Every single team, unless it's specific like boss rush content and you know with the fighter you're going to be able to survive. Alrighty, let's get into a little bit of a combat example and then we're already finished. Alright, yeah, so here we are for some actual gameplay. Once more, we are using the first meta team. And you're obviously always asking for replacements, so let me give you some. If you still don't have a acapella, use any other healer. If you don't have a Starry-Eyed Aeona, best replacement is Seth. Outside of that, you can use Edina, you can use Aeona, you can use... yeah, you can pretty much substitute any of those 3 in. And then for Cecia, you're just looking for someone that has AoE damage or even single target damage. It does not make too much of a difference. So just try and see that you get someone that fulfills any of those roles. And then we've got Lamia. Lamia's there because she's a DPS that also grants us more survivability through the Blood Moon lifesteal. But then again, if you wanted to replace Cecia, for example, you can just use a Transcendent Noah, Insania Garrus, Transcendent Hati, Van Helsing, let's see, Van Helsing, Joanne, Theobald, just like any type of damage dealer, right? The core formation is tank, healer, support, and then 2 damage instant sources. So I cannot guarantee we can beat this because currently we are quite close to where our ceiling is for the moment. So you can see we're fighting up or trying to fight up around 5.5k BP. We get to see how this goes. Obviously the goal here is to try to let this guy just jump past so that he doesn't annoy our units, because if we let him jump in, we just lose HP chunks for no reason. And yeah, we might actually want to start off with the Bella Distraction Summon first this time, rather than an Acapella, to make sure we can get that annoying knife guy away from our Lamia. So we stun him, we distract him, he's now retargeting. We can start with the AoE heals. Make sure our team gets some good distance from these tentacles. And then work on the rest. So for now we could also already start with the CCR ult. Get some more rage, get the buffs up. Blood soul recovery, my bad. I'm very used to the word rage, but that's just... It shouldn't happen. I'm sorry for that. It shouldn't happen. Alright, and then right here we can once again activate CCR, and we should, by all means, be able to successfully clear this stage, as long as we just keep our healing up a bit more consistently, let our units attack, and then we will have beaten Taunt stage 92. So yeah, that is the base concept of Bella. Make use of the stun, make use of the distraction, make sure she can help you keep your team alive. And I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, and if you are still watching by this point, feel free to leave a comment, leave a like, a subscription would be greatly appreciated, and as always, we see each other in the next one. Peace!